Years ago I found this beautiful picture in the internet and I always wanted to recreate it in Lego. I've surfed through the internet to get more information about this picture, built my very own Nashorn tank which actually was seen in the picture, and started recreating this full photo only using Lego pieces. All of this took me more than 2 weeks, so if you want to see more of this, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's see how I made all of this. At first, I've used this cool Google function and searched for this picture to get more information about it. So it's telling us this photograph captures a German SD Z164 Nashorn tank destroyer navigating through a mountain road in the Alps, likely during World War II, specifically identified by some sources at the Großglockner High Alpine Road in Austria. Beside that AI information, there wasn't a lot to find in the internet, but I found a small video clip where actually one person went at this place, but he even didn't know anything about it. There was only this one Reddit post where people also just described that this Nashorn probably is driving through the Austrian Alps, but beside that we didn't got any new information. There was only this one comment: "I swear this is posted every week, and bro, I absolutely feel with you. I've seen this picture so many times, but no one knows anything about it. It is what it is, but let's build it in Lego." As I just don't want to recreate the picture but build a cool mock out of it, I've started building a unique border. The bracket allows me to perfectly end up both 1x1 tiles and keep enough space to perfectly end up this cheese slope. If you want to use different colors in borders, this is the perfect technique to create smooth transitions between both of them. And as the Alps are full of rocky mountains, of course I've had to use light bluish and dark bluish gray for this one. As I've already prepared all the parts off camera, it was quite easy to connect all of them at the base plate. After adding the final plates, the front border was already done, and I absolutely loved the outcome and the transitions between all the slopes. As you won't see the left and right border at the final pictures, I've decided to only use dark bluish grey bricks for it. Next, I've had to raise all the surface behind the border by using Duplo bricks as well as regular bricks and plates, and then added bigger plates on top of it. We need a sturdy construction to continue the work on top of it and place our Nashorn. Speaking of this, let's take a closer look at it and its minifigures. The first one is a mix of a splinter camo as well as a dark bluish grey uniform holding an 8.8mm grenade, which actually was the caliber used in this heavy tank destroyer. Our second minifigure is decked out in a full splinter camo uniform holding a map case at his belt. The third minifigure again wears a full splinter camo smock as well as binoculars. And here's our final minifigure, the commander. Usually this tank had a crew of 5, but because only 4 minifigures are fitting in the lighting compartment, I've used 4 of these. Just imagine the driver is underneath of them. And just to prove that I'm not a liar, here is how all of the minifigures are looking in the vehicle. Unfortunately, this specific camouflage is sold out at our online shop, but if you want to build this one at the Normandy camo, we still have some of these left. Let's finally start building the huge rock formation, for which I've used several types of slopes. I've even placed a lot of them sideways by using modified bricks. This allows me to have minimal gaps between all the slopes, which in my opinion creates a really natural look. For corners like this one, I absolutely love using slopes which are wedged like this one. I've again used modified bricks with studs on sides to attach them. As the first layer on this side was done, it was time to raise the whole rock. I've then built more off camera and created the second corner at the right side of the build. And I've even made more work off camera, as it was pretty complicated to find the right angles, because I really wanted to recreate the rocks which we can see at the picture. As we all know, the higher rocks get, the more snow are on top of them, and this is what I wanted to recreate. At this moment of the build I wasn't sure if this really turned out good or not. I knew that it definitely was important to find the right angle when taking the final pictures of it. After finishing the bigger rock, I could focus on the smaller one at the right side of the build. I obviously used the same parts as before, but this time simply didn't raise the rock as much as before. Beside all the grey slopes, I've even used some white pieces here and there at this part of the build to create smooth transitions between the parts where the snow is and where it not is. The rock formation for the background is finally done, but let's move on with the road, which you can see at the front of the picture. The colorized picture illustrates that we have to use different colors of this part of the build. If I just would have built a mock out of my imagination, I wouldn't have used this color palette, being honest with you, but actually this is quite cool using this picture as reference, because we will push our boundaries while building. And the more of the area is covered in dark tan, light bluish gray and dark green, the more I really like the outcome in combination of the dark bluish gray and white background in combination with the dark tan, light bluish gray and dark green colors. This hinge plate allowed me to place the rock at the right of the picture exactly at an angle like so. I am pretty happy with the outcome yet, but let's finish all the rest of the grey surface in a minute. I've continued with the layout of all the dark tan and light bluish grey slope and then added the dark green tiles and plates to it. Beside the plates in dark green, I've also added some plant pieces to create some more variation. To raise the rock formation at the front, I've used smaller slopes as well as bricks for pillar. Now on to the final part of the build. I've used dark green at the other side of the build as well, because you can clearly see at the picture that the Nashorn is driving at the dark green grass field. But before we can continue with that field, at first we needed to add all the final slopes at the other side. You're already familiar with all the parts and techniques I've used right here, so there's not much to talk about it. You can probably spot that big Lego Pepper bag in the background, and I have a question to all of you. I've considered to start live streaming some of my builds and other stuff, and probably our first stream could be me sorting the 5 pick-a-brick bags which I've got. Just let me know in the comments down below if you would love to see me live streaming some of my builds and other stuff. But let's continue with the build, and as you can see, I've already layered most of the dark green in the meantime. The final step I've made off camera was to tile off the light bluish grey base plate with black tiles. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is the recreation of the infamous picture of a World War II Nashorn tank destroyer in the Alps. I am still sad that I wasn't able to find more information about this picture, but I am happy with the outcome of the overall build. Let me know in the comments down below how you like this build and how you generally like the idea of recreating World War II photography in LEGO. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.